All right. Something that's probably a lot easier to watch. Art, you've seen this one too. Bros, the latest with Nicholas Stoller, written and starring Billy Eichner. Art, we haven't heard from you in a little while since you just saw Bros yesterday.
Yeah, fresh out.
What was your reaction?
It was solid. This is another Judd Apatow produced comedy. You get to see a lot of his main slate of people come in here to do a couple of cameos, but it's supposed to be a flip on the romantic, the rom com genre from Billy Eichner's point of view, who really. It's not that he hates rom coms. He's just like rom coms aren't for me. He's like almost an antagonist to the rom com. He's in a rom com, hating that he's in a rom com the entire movie. If you're a Billy Eichner fan, I mean, this is almost like a biopic for him. He is venting. There's so many jokes in this movie. There's a Dear Evan Hansen joke that I don't know how long he's had in his pocket for a second, but there were a lot of jokes that catch you off guard. I thought it was funny through and through. It gets emotional towards the end of it. It is 2 hours, so like a lot of Judd Apatow movies that are pushing that 2 hour mark for a comedy, it's dipping in and out of being just jokes a minute to then like a very serious relationship story. But it was solid. I saw it with a packed crew where everybody was there with their couples. I think Alina and I were like. Alina was like one of 3 women who was there. She was laughing the entire time as well. And yeah, everybody liked it. There was a grass joke that got a guy a little too much. So it was one of those screenings where you're laughing more at a dude laughing at a joke that he's relating to a bit too much. But no, I would recommend this one. They're, I think, still doing a bunch of screenings. GoFobo and Regal like partnered up, and that's how I was able to go see it because the press screening isn't until the 27th. And I'm like, I'm just gonna do the Regal thing, and I was able to catch it last night. So it's definitely one that you want to catch with a big crowd. But then that might also be a bad thing because you might miss a lot of the jokes. So yeah, pretty solid movie.
Yeah, Jeff, you were at the world premiere. Was it hard to hear all the jokes at the world premiere?
Sometimes it was, actually. But yeah, like Art was saying, though, it is really fun to see it in a crowd, especially a crowd that's comprised of a group of people that the film, is about, and it's people that haven't seen their lives represented in this way. Like, because obviously there's not that many like rom-coms about same-sex couples. So it's just like seeing a group of people enjoy a film that much because it's something they haven't seen before is like a really fun experience. So I would say that's the biggest argument for seeing it in a theater.
Because even Fire Island, which is solid, that's on Hulu. They never got a theatrical release. So
I was going to say there have been some weird sort of like positioning of this film against Fire Island is like, well, Fire Island came first, but this one got a theatrical release. Carson, I don't know if you've seen both of those movies, but do you have a preference between Fire Island or Bros? Do you like them both? What's where you lean?
I'm a bigger Bros fan for sure. I mean, Fire Island's good, but this is kind of like how I've been. This is a film that I've just like grown to love the more I think about it, which is kind of unexpected for such a like by the books rom-com. Right. But I think just the fact that it feels like a return to the big blockbuster rom-com that like you can throw on any day, and it's like I think the fact that you miss some of the jokes is like a great thing. It's like I'd rather have a film like this with too many goddamn jokes than like something that's like not like kind of hit or miss. So yeah, I mean I like Fire Island. They're bound to be compared, obviously. But like I think this has it just is something I can like put on a little bit more. It's a little bit more rewatchable.
Okay, cool.
Like I don't know. I think Fire Island, like I got what I wanted out of just the first viewing, whereas this is like I could just keep rediscovering jokes over and over again. This is a great comfort watch. Yeah,
maybe like a little bit more in the mold of those other Apatovian comedies, where films like Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get Him to the Greek, where I know I've rewatched those plenty of times just because like the joke density means that you'll always have some fun stuff to.
They re-released those movies. It was like Bros Presents.
Yeah, I saw that.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So they've been doing a bunch of screenings leading up to it. Also, Bo and Yang is in both movies.
That's another thing. Also, I just want to quickly say, like, all that aside, like, I think it's just a really well-made film on top of that. Like, the first, like, gay club scene when they're at the nightclub and he, like, they meet for the first time. It's a scene that goes on for a very long time, but it's just so good. It's like so well edited. It keeps getting better.
Like every time he disappears, you're like, what the
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's good. I don't know. I was just like, what a great movie this is. Yeah.
Awesome.
I saw it at this press screening. Even that had like really good energy. I kind of assumed that was something that a lot of people from the press were just going to be like, I guess we'll have to watch Bros so we can get our reviews out early. And like a couple of people did walk out, and honestly, some of them walked out during like steamier scenes, and I just wanted to be like, you're homophobic. It's fine. You didn't need to show up. You just didn't need to be here ever. You know? But yeah, it was a good time.